I have a boss, like so many of us have bosses. And my boss is a good guy, really, really cool guy. But he got an email yesterday from somebody from past work experience that didn't go so well. It was a pretty bumpy ride. And this person decided to send my boss an email basically just tearing me to shreds, telling my boss what a poor choice it was that he made to hire me. Like I'm a destructive human, and just said the meanest things. And so we sat down together and we processed it, and he showed me his response. It was just a gracious response. I felt really loved, cared for by my boss. But as I walked away from that, I realized that I still had a scar, right? I still have a scar that got hit. And I was talking with a good friend of mine about that feeling of like, man, I feel like I thought I was over it, right? But apparently not. I guess there's still some residual pain that lingers there, but I didn't like have any hate in me or resentment or bitterness towards this person. I just immediately felt like, wow, I'm still living in his head and it's been 2 years. I'm living like I have literally not been paying rent, but I've been living in his head rent free. Like I'm pulled up at the house and he's like, dude, just kick me out. I'm a freeloader. I'm just walking around your mind. But I'm like, that made me so deeply sad for him to have me pounding around in his head. And I thought of myself, I'm like, am I giving up any space in me for people to live, or for hate to exist, or resentment or bitterness? And I was like, no, I've just been pouring in love. And actually, like, when you think about the container being able to hold more, like if you're putting more love and beauty and joy into that container, it just makes the most incredible stew of goodness. It's like sitting in there just saturating in your mind. And I went to sleep that night and I kept saying this gentleman's name, and I kept saying, like, I just only have love in my heart for you, and I hope you can set yourself free by kicking me out of the house, in a sense. Like, don't let me live there anymore. Just move on from it, forgive yourself, and whatever it is that you're holding on to, that resentment and stuff that you feel like you need, you don't, because you're enough just by yourself. Like, send it away, kick me out of the house, and get on with loving and healing the world. And I thought of that for myself as I went to sleep, setting in compassion and love for this person, but also for humanity. It's contagious that this container, there's really not a lot of room for hate and resentment. It wants to dip down there sometimes, but it literally like takes over and opens up to more love, more compassion, more joy. And I woke up feeling great. I felt like I have a lightness and a joy and a centeredness and a deeper sense of like, I just want to heal and love people, period. End of sentence. That's the journey. That's my call. That's my invitation. And I extend that to you too. Like you can open yourself up and hold more joy and love and peace and experience oneness with everything.